Before leaving the incredible state of Michigan, we pack in one more weekend of brilliant foliage and rushing waterfalls. On our way to the Porcupine Mountains, we made one quick stop at Canyon Falls, which is called the Grand Canyon of Michigan. The Sturgeon River plunges 20 feet over slate shelves into this scenic gorge.
I'm sitting here foaming at the mouth, driving through this gorgeous foliage.
So we are pretty close to peak up here, and when we came through this area before, it was still very, very green. We are close to the Porcupine Mountains, which is a really, really popular place to come during the fall foliage, and we obviously skipped it because it was just completely green.
Yeah.
And we weren't really planning on coming back here, but so many of the people from Michigan that we've talked to have said, you've got to go do the Porcupines, you've got to go see Lake of the Clouds. So we've kind of altered plans, which is kind of par for the course on this trip. But it's after 1 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, holiday weekend, and we are headed up to the state park. We're expecting tons of crowds because the weather is perfect today. It's 64 degrees right now, blue skies with puffy white clouds, perfect for photography. So we're packing our patience. We know we're gonna have to wait a while to park everywhere, and I think it'll be worth it.
Porcupine Mountain State Park, also known as the Porkies, is Michigan's largest state park. An easy path leads to the park's most iconic overlook, Lake of the Clouds. This area gets very busy in the fall, but with epic views like this, it's easy to see why. We're so grateful to everyone who recommended that we visit the Porkies, since this turned out to be one of the highlights of our time in Michigan. The Union Mine Interpretive Trail takes hikers through one of the earliest copper mines in the area.
So one of the workers of the copper mine wrote in his journal back in 1846, "Sunday, done nothing but eat maple sugar." Sounds like my kind of day. So the same guy in his journal in 1846 said mosquitoes began to make their appearance. Now it's not my kind of day.
Until the 1930s, the road running through here along the creek, called the Nonesuch Road, was the only way you could get anywhere into the Porcupine Mountains with a wagon or an automobile. And it was so rocky and bumpy that drivers were advised to lash themselves to their vehicle so they weren't thrown out. First case of seatbelts, maybe.
It's about the only wildlife we've seen on this trip, so we get really excited, even if it's just a squirrel or a chipmunk.
It is adorable.
He is cute.
The Union Mine Trail has been incredible. Not only do you get to learn some of the history about the area, but the little creek that runs through here is just beautiful, and the forest here is just magnificent. Beautiful trees, and the foliage right now just is the cherry on the icing on the very delicious cake.
Our final hike of the day was to Summit Peak, the highest point in the Porcupines. Even though the trail was less than a mile, it managed to pack in about 200 stairs. Not that we were counting. The wooden observation tower stands 40 feet tall and provides sweeping views of the park and Lake Superior.
The view is gorgeous, totally worth it, but this observation tower rocks every time someone comes up and down, so I'm gonna head down now.
I'm gonna purposely shake it for you.
Don't shake it, that's not nice. Kaylee!
Good morning. We are treated to a nice sunrise this morning. It got pretty chilly last night, almost down to freezing. And our big thing today is going to be waterfalls. We're going to be chasing lots of waterfalls today. We're probably going to see 8 or 9. We'll see how it goes. And we're trying to get out early this morning. It's the Saturday before Columbus Day or Native American Day. We had so much fun in the Porcupines yesterday, and I think we'll have a lot more today.
Now that's a sunrise. That's worth getting up early for.
Located near the Porcupines, the Black River Scenic Byway is an 11-mile road that follows the Black River and is famous for its numerous waterfalls.
You ready to chase some waterfalls?
Yes.
And you're bringing your porcupine.
First along the highway is Conglomerate Falls, named for the fragments of rock that are cemented together, creating a layered appearance. Potawatomi Falls is named after a local tribe whose name means keepers of the fire. Gorge Falls gets its name from a narrow chasm that channels the Black River to create a dramatic plunge.
Unless you're trying to beat the crowds, and then run.
The good thing is there are no crowds today.
But that's the thing. We don't understand this at all. It's the Saturday before Columbus Day. We were expecting lots and lots of crowds, and there is no one out here. It's 9 o'clock Central, and there's nobody here.
And 49 steps, and with only one slip.
Good job.
My arm still hurts. I did this.
They were a little
Pulled
slick,
something.
huh?
Yeah, there's dust on it, and I slipped a little bit.
You did great though. Let's see if we have as much fun going up.
Sandstone Falls is a set of cascades over rounded and smooth rocks.
I'm not exactly sure what causes this foam, but it moves around like a bowl of wobbly jello.
This waterfall was our favorite since we could explore the rock shells and the surrounding foliage made it even more picturesque. These potholes were created when swirling currents and whirlpools carrying sediment slowly ground depressions into the rock.
My goodness, they need an elevator.
And no, I did not tilt the camera. That's how crooked the steps really are.
At the end of the highway is the Black River Harbor, which is home to the Nancy Jean. This historic 32-foot boat was used for commercial and charter fishing for decades and is now preserved by the Ottawa National Forest. Built by the Civilian Conservation Corps in 1938, the beautiful suspension bridge spans over 200 feet of the Black River. Local timber was used to build the bridge, and each anchor for the cables used 44 tons of concrete, which was hauled in using wheelbarrows.
Well, I'm sure that those of you who live in Michigan, especially the UP, are probably screaming at us like, why haven't they eaten a pasty?
For those of you that don't know, a pasty is a handheld meat pie. A lot of the miners that came here from Europe brought this tradition, and they would stuff vegetables and meat inside a homemade crust, take it with them into the mine, and that would make just a nice handheld meal for them. They didn't even have to wash their hands. So it's just kind of a staple of food here in the UP, and we're driving through this little town and we see a sign for a bakery called the Bread of Life Bakery, and they had pasties. So guess what we're about to try?
Yeah.
And they're still warm. There we are. And that is a pasty. It's actually quite heavy. I've read that the miners would actually eat them from the crust. Since their hands were dirty from working in the mine, they would eat them like this, and then they could just throw the crust away, and they never were actually touching their food. So here goes.
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I guess I should have asked if you wanted some first. It's good. Tastes a lot like a potato-y pot pie.
Okay.
How I would describe it.
Yeah, I would agree. It has a little bit of the like a hamburger casserole kind of vibe to it. It's not fantastic.
It's not something I would drive way out of my way for, and I know that there are some places in Michigan that probably have better pasties.
It's not Cajun boudin.
No.
No.
It's not, but you know what? We're hungry after doing all the hikes to the waterfalls, so this tastes really good right now.
Oh, it's really good.
Next, we headed back into the state park to explore the waterfalls along the Presque Isle River.
Okay, it's either Nawadaha or Nawadaha. It's this one.
We're in the Porcupine Mountains, And of course I had to bring Spiky, my fuzzy wuzzy companion.
Near the mouth of the river is a suspension bridge that offers amazing views of cascades and dramatic potholes.
We have just been foaming at the mouth all day. The gorgeous waterfalls, the fantastic foliage everywhere, and we thought it couldn't get any better. And I don't know that it's necessarily better, but check out these waterfalls here. This canyon with the rocks, no words to describe how incredible this is. We have had such a blessed day. And Angela has almost come to tears in this place.
We crossed the bridge to walk along the shores of this magnificent lake that now has a special place in our hearts.
I have no words to express how much we have enjoyed the last couple of days. Seeing the trees at peak color, it's just been it's been everything we hoped and more.
Look what I found! Look what I found!
Oh, look how beautiful. Kaylee found a beautiful rock as we look at Lake Superior for the last time. I'm gonna miss this place so much.
At least we'll have memories.
We will have the memories.
This beautiful rock.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed coming along with us.
This day just keeps getting better. We thought that we couldn't have seen better foliage than what we've already seen, but look at this.
It looks artificial, like someone just took a spray painter and just painted it red.
So beautiful.
Just before the sun set, we squeezed in one final stop on the Upper Peninsula, Bond Falls. At 50 feet high and 100 feet wide, this is one of the largest and most impressive waterfalls in the state. Join us down the road as we cross back into America's Dairyland and savor the flavors of Door County. And until next time, enjoy your journey.